every high-level golfer has a low point, generally about 4 inches in front. And the golf club descends on such an angle that it strikes the ball and creates a divot after.
Yep.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Kerrod Gray on the range today here at the Els Club in Dubai, standing next to Jamie Howarth. He is a tour pro. He's played on the Challenge Tour. He's played in a British Open. We're going to be talking all about how to work through a swing change when you're on the range. We're not raking and pulling. We're thinking about this movement in a methodical manner, and he is going to show you how. Let's get in. All right, so talking about the feels and the differences, there's a lot of different coaching methods out there and ideas. We've briefly talked about Pete Cowan would tend to be someone who would encourage a lot of lead arm movement coming down into the ball. We see a lot of players have rehearsed this movement over a period of time, especially out on the tour.
Yep.
Then you've got a lot of other coaches that might feel that the hands stay up a little bit more and rotate. Now, a lot of it is time and place for the individual.
Yeah.
And it's more about the interpretation.
Absolutely.
Because these coaches are world-class coaches. They have
They all know their
world-class,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They have world-class players. But sometimes the interpretation from the recreational golfer about what they're consuming online, because they watch a 10-second clip and go, I know the teaching method.
I'll try
so then
that.
all of a sudden, we get some Pete disciples out here just doing this, and then we get some other ones out there doing this,
Yeah.
right? So somewhere in between, it's a happy blend. And that's where working on your game, you can consume as much information as you like, but it's also kind of like Googling health problems.
Yeah.
Confirmation bias is going to be an absolute killer for it, because you're going to look for something that you think that you want to find.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the golf swing, what would you suggest is the best way to implement information, right, that is necessary for you as an individual in your game?
Go and see a pro and have a good pro and have a one-on-one lesson unique or specific to your game. Because like you say, you go on YouTube, you go wherever, you find a little tip, oh, I'll try that, I'll try that, I'll try that. Number one, it's probably might even be detrimental to your own game. It might be, like you said, almost like you go in a pharmacy and you need some medicine because you're ill. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll have some of that, I'll have some of that. It might make you worse because it's the wrong medicine, and it's a bit like finding a tip or anything like that. If it's not specific for your game, it's going to be a hindrance, not a help.
Yeah, absolutely. So my best advice, right, for any player that's coming in and they've never had a lesson, but they think they know a lot about this swing, and they might know the effects, but not necessarily the cause or how the club and the shaft, and even a lot of players get caught up in positions and where the club looks, but at the end of the day, it's all relative to a 3D perspective of how the body's moving in motion, where is the mass, where is the pressure. So there are so many variables at play, but if you go and see a qualified coach who has a great reputation, well then what they're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to identify specifically for you as an individual of what you need to do within your swing.
Yeah.
And then I would say, then it's okay, if you're that way inclined, to then research that.
Yeah.
Because there's a multitude of ways of communicating the same drill, the same exercise, the same understanding. But what we've experienced over the last few years with radar technology, gears, 3D motion, is a lot of golf coaching is now factual. A long time ago, it was a lot of preferential coaching. So we've got a much better understanding of the tolerances between what good players do and what recreational golfers do. And some of those would be every high-level golfer has a low point, generally about 4 inches in front. And the golf club descends on such an angle that it strikes the ball and creates a divot after. We would generally see the high-level player through the golf ball from this position here, have the club head somewhere slightly in between the hands and the club face slightly turned down. And then through the golf ball, the release patterns generally, within reason, sure there's a tolerance, they aren't too different. But most recreational golfers who struggle with their game, the head might be outside the hands. They might be standing up, they might be scooping, they might be buckling. So really going and getting a professional opinion, watching it on video, getting a really good understanding of exactly what you as an individual need to do, and then only then can you go and then you can actually watch the content to build your understanding. And it's fine to consume as much as you want, right? But as long as you're not trying to look for this golden nugget of information, you're better off just walking over into the sand and trying to kick something up to see if it's going to find it, right?
Try and find gold.
And you're a far more successful player than I ever was, right? But at the end of the day, we can all stand here and hit great shots. But it's the implementation of those. And then being able to put it together
Then under the gun as well.
Put the ball in the hole at the right time when it counts, and that's how you play a major championship.